All right, round two. So now, let's say my knee was okay, and it was really my shoulder, or my delts, or my rotator cuff that was the problem. And I targeted the delts and the rotator cuff because usually when somebody overdoes it on chest day or has any chest related injury, rarely do they feel it in the pec themselves. Most of the time they strain their shoulder somehow. I know I told you these are all shoulder muscles. Stay with me. Alright, I switch back and forth between layman terms and proper terms just to make it inclusive for you guys. So let's say you had that pain in your shoulder, no matter which one it was, and you felt a little iffy about pushing today, but you feel like you were due for chest day. Okay? Depending on the severity of the pain, I tell you just skip it. It's not worth it. But if it's just kind of sore, I really overdid it, and this is where I feel the soreness, a couple of things we can do. Okay, we can do pullovers. And I have just the bar here. You can make it a little heavier if you like, but just remember, you're still risking your shoulders, so don't go too heavy. But pullovers are a good way to bring in the pecs, especially that sternal portion, without having to go through the traditional stretch and then contraction. I'm going to do it with the 30-pounder because that's not that heavy for me. And if I did have some shoulder pain, I could still get away with this, as long as that pain wasn't in my posterior delt. Now, to clear up any confusion, yes, this is also working the lats. Yes, this is also working the triceps. But it is staying away from the clavicle portion of my pec, my upper chest, and it's really not working my anterior delts. Now, unfortunately, if your issue was with your rotator cuff and you strained one of those muscles, I'd stay away from this one too. Because once it's the rotator cuff, it doesn't matter if you're feeling resistance or not. Just this motion going back would be very, very uncomfortable. Okay, you know it's your rotator cuff when you have that pain where you feel like you can't get dressed because you can't lift your arm like this. So you're kind of like diving into your sweater or your shirt. All right, you know it's your rotator cuff when you're trying to massage it out, but you can't feel where the pain is. You can point to it, but when you touch it, you're not touching the actual spot that feels the pain. Good indication it's a deep tissue muscle, and it's your rotator cuff. On to our squats. All right, I'm acting like I have no knee pain. I can get away with these because I'm not carrying a weight, so I really don't feel it. But what else I'm going to do? I'm not going to go all the way down. I'm going to stop right there. Now, what if you went halfway down and you still felt it? Which is very possible. You might just want to work the hips anyway, so you could do some good mornings. All right, if you keep them stiff legged, then you're totally taking the quads out of it, especially without a weight. If you had a weight, no, you're not taking the quads out of it. They're gonna feel it. But this is all body weight. Okay. Now for these sit-ups, you are never wrong. You have to go by what you feel. Somebody might say logically that sit-up or abs should have nothing to do with your shoulder. If you're feeling the pain as you're going up and down, don't deny what you're feeling, okay? Things I would do to make sure I don't go through that. Hands across my chest instead of up and out here. Once you put your hands on your head, they serve as an extra weight. They make the sit-up harder. And it may be just uncomfortable just to keep your arms there. Try right here against your chest. That's also going to add as a weight. You can always reach forward, but if you keep your arms pinned to your body, you'll have less strain on your shoulders. And that's what we're trying to avoid right now. Now, very obviously, if you really, because still just the little bit of resistance from gravity as you're going up. If you feel anything in that shoulder, don't let anybody tell you you're wrong. You know what you're feeling. Try to avoid that. Stay back. Give me reverse crunches instead, or give yourself reverse crunches. Or you can do like raises. But when you have a chance, if you're feeling any kind of discomfort, give that muscle or that area of the body a break. All right? Your body will appreciate it and it will reward you later on by being stronger for it instead of being more damaged. Round 2 down. One more round to go.